Good morning everyone and welcome to Meister Tarot. What I'm going to run through today is I want to have a bit of a look at what's going on behind the scenes with Putin. Terrible energies. In regards to the FSB, in regards to the oligarchs not supplying what they were paid to supply, the Russian economy, a few other little bits and pieces in regards, and then I'll do an overall reading on the Donbas region. I did read the other day on Mariupol itself, and I have seen and continue to see that Russia really wants this area, not because of the people, they want it because it creates a link between Crimea and Russia, gives them control of the shipping ports, and hence a fair control of the Black Sea. So, you know, their claim is it's because of the Russian-speaking separatists in that area. It's not anything to do with that. It's to do with the economy of the area. So I'll have a quick look at that. What I did want, and then I'll have the look at the Donbas. But what I wanted to mention is that after my reading with China, and I had saged my cards and the room, I had a meditation period, and I was surrounded by, I was sent by, so thank you Meister, I was sent by the most magnificent and glorious swirling of luminescent frangipani flowers. So they were almost opalescence in a blue pearl colour. Absolutely gorgeous. Now, if you don't know what a frangipani flower is, I'll put a link below. It's a tropical flower that grows quite prolifically throughout Australia. The most beautiful tropical scent about it. And so I was encased in these swirl of flowers during my meditation for healing. So thank you, Meister, for that, and I'd love to share them with you. What I also wanted to touch on was that we all come into this world with a life contract, of a contract of when we're going to exit this world, what our purpose in this life is, and what the purpose of our passing will bring. So I just want people to keep that in mind as well, that as ghastly as everything is, there is purpose to it, and if we don't fulfill our purpose in this particular lifetime, we are destined to come back and have another go. But I just wanted to put that out there as well. It doesn't in any way remove any of the grief and the pain that comes with passing, that comes with this knowledge of these sorts of atrocities going on. But there can be some comfort in that there is a purpose behind that, and the purpose will become evident at some stage. So please don't take that the wrong way. I do feel the pain and the heartbreak and the empathy for all this, but that's what my spirits have told me, and they have wanted me to pass it on to you. So on that note, let's get started. If you've got any questions, please put them in the comments below. Please like and subscribe. Share if you feel is necessary to anyone that might get some benefit out of this. And I'd love to hear from you with any questions that you may have. So what I want to start with first of all is Putin. Putin, how is he actually feeling? Now, I asked Meister this last night when I was thinking about this question, and because I'm not getting any advertising money, etc., from this channel, I can say the answer was very clearly that he is pissed off. He is not happy. But we'll have a quick look. So, in regards to the oligarch corruption, in regards to the heads of state visiting Ukraine, in regards to the sinking of the Moskva. I know it's spelt with an O, but I believe it's pronounced with a U, which was their flagship of the Black Sea, and the FSB betrayal. So, and then I'll delve in a little further into the FSB. I do like the memes that have been going around about the Moskva sinking, about it now becoming a submarine, or I do like its renaming as the Snake Island Memorial Reef. It is the first time in history that an operational Navy ship of that size has been sunk from shore armament. So I find that quite amusing. I noticed they moved all the rest of the fleet away from the shore. Okay, tell me how Putin is... Oh, this one's thrown out at me. The world, which is very appropriate for Putin. This is about the world coming together in opposition to him. He started this fight to try and show the might of Russia and to prevent countries from joining NATO, etc., and it's had absolutely the opposite effect. But the world is also the culmination of coming to an end. So it is a very strong ending card. It's about unity, which has happened in regards to those on the side of Ukraine, which is not necessarily just the West. There are a lot of smaller countries on the side of Ukraine in regards to this, but it is about unity, diversity, but also a culmination, things coming to a close. Okay, tell me about how is Putin feeling? Got cards flinging out at me everywhere, but I think that's more that I'm now at the table, which is that much higher. Tell me how is Putin feeling? Tell me how is Putin feeling? Tell me how is Putin. What's going through Putin's... Oh, it's an awful place to be, but yes, what's going through Putin's... How is he feeling? How is Putin feeling about all this betrayal, this corruption, this failure? How is Putin feeling? Okay, so I'll take this as the signifier which has been thrown out at me. This is introspection and investigation. This is about reviewing, but it is also very much about reaping what you sow. So, if very apt in regards to Putin, this is very much about reaping what you sow, harvesting how you've looked after your crops, etc. So he's reaping what he has sowed. Here are the oligarchs. It's my dyslexia coming in. I do apologise. This is the oligarchs. This is the money that they've been skimping off. Sorry, just a sip of coffee there. So he's feeling crossed by them, betrayed by them. Okay, base of the reading. He's finding himself hemmed in. The truth is surrounding him. He's feeling like he is being confined and restricted. It's also the card for mental health as well, and mental anxiety and mental health not being particularly well. But what he's finding is that, and in a lot of the decks, the bindings are very loose and that they can be removed easily. But in this particular deck, they're not. They're tight. The blindfold is on tight. It's not about to fall off, and looks like the hands are bound tight behind their back. Then there are also 3 chains coming from what looks like a ring around the neck that is fastening them to something. So he's finding himself in quite a very uncomfortable situation where he's had to pull back, confine, constricted as the truth is coming to him. In the past, the King of Swords, this is how he saw himself, as the powerful warrior, the bringer of truth, etc., etc. This is how he saw himself. But this is in the past. So this is the powerful king, the powerful warrior, the emperor-esque type figure, but it's in the past. Crowning the reading is the Fool. So the question then is this crowning the reading as in the potential outcome? Is this foolishness? And I think what you'll find is yes, it can also mean you start new beginnings. But again, in this particular deck, this Fool is not stepping out. He is paused, he is looking down at his loyal dog, and he does not look, usually it means faith and courage and new start, etc. But in this particular deck, it's very much about feeling foolishness, immediate outcome, feeling betrayed, feeling lost, feeling disappointed in what is actually available. I mean, all those cups are still upright, but they are being presented with one cup with three set to the side, but it is very much about disappointment on what's on offer. And if you look closely, it's literally a refusal to accept that offer. He's refusing to accept what is actually happening, and this is emotionally. External influences, excuse me, I'm getting this back to front, I often do when I'm just thinking about it. External influences is this Page of Cups. Again, cups are emotions. There is something here that is yet to be revealed emotionally. So that's the internal influence, Ace of Swords. But however, the crown in this particular ace is piercing right down onto the sword. So this is about very much the double-edged sword in regards to the truth versus the crown. So I don't think things are actually totally being revealed to him. Hopes and fears is the Magician. This is how he's feeling. You notice he is actually holding the cup in this particular Magician. He's hoping to pull a rabbit out of the hat. He's hoping to bring forward a miraculous possibility. That's his hope. He's got the cup in one hand and the sword in the other. Final outcome, we have the Emperor, which is Putin himself, the Ace of Coins, a new beginning, a new financial beginning. So, however, you've got this Emperor, he's looking at this foolishness, and behind him, after him, is this new beginning, new financial beginning, new abundance. And then the King of Coins. Just draw one more in regards to that. And walking away from what no longer serves. So this is very much about how he's feeling at the moment. He's reaping what he sows. He feels like he's been challenged by the oligarchs, tied, restricted, been lied to, encompassed by these lies. In the past, he saw himself as this warrior. Now he will never admit it, but he is actually feeling foolish, like he did really stupidly. Yeah. He's not happy with the outcome. Externally, he knows there are things that are not being revealed to him. Internally, he feels like he's been hit with a double-edged sword that is cutting through his authority, his crown. His hopes are that he can pull a rabbit out of the hat, but his fears are also this manipulation, the manifestation is not going to work. The Emperor, this is him looking at this fool, probably with regret. And behind you have this Ace of Coin. Now, I'm just getting now, even though it does mean abundance and finance, and I was thinking that may have been this may be the future for Russia following. I've actually been told quite clearly that no, this is fool's gold. He has been betrayed. Now, if you have a look, he's facing the fool. But if you have a very close look at the eye, I don't know if that'll focus close enough on it for you. The eye is actually looking backwards, and it is looking at this fool's gold that has been taken by these oligarchs, the FSB officers, etc. And he really feels now that he simply wants to walk away. He can't. But that's how he's feeling. He feels like he just wants to walk away. Base of the pack, we have the World again. This is a culmination. This is ending. We have the Queen of Wands, which is one of my Zelensky cards. He is both the King and Queen of Wands. An inspiring, authoritative figure. The Page of Wands, who is an inspired figure, but also bringing very powerful messages in regards to it is reminding him of these contracts that he made, these agreements, this supposed working together that has left him out. That is just not working anymore, has left him out in the cold. It is about actions and consequences, loss, defeat in battle. So there is rumours going around that he's not being told the truth, but he knows. He's not totally devastated by it, but he is really feeling like he feels like he's been betrayed. That's how he's feeling, that he's been taken for a fool, that they've taken the money and supplied him with nothing. Interesting. So that was how Putin's feeling at the moment. Sorry if I'm pausing a little bit this morning. I haven't finished my coffee yet. Daylight savings is throwing me out a bit. So next I want to have a quick look at the FSB itself. So what's happened is 150 agents and officers have been purged. Quite what's happened to them, nobody's 100% sure whether they've been tossed into jail or just sent on their way. But the leader of the FSB, the top doggy, has been sent to what is considered the equivalent of Guantanamo Bay, which is worse than being sent to Siberia, apparently. Quite a horrific prison. And what it's all about is, we're not 100% sure in the West, but there were rumours about that the officers and agents were taking funding from the Russian government to set up resistance groups in Ukraine prior to this invasion taking place. They were creating reports to make it look like there was a very strong resistance, pro-Russian resistance groups, networks, etc. within Ukraine. And then when Russia invaded, it didn't exist. And so that would explain the failure in a lot of the invasions, for example, with around Kiev. They thought there would be plants within Kiev that would basically throw open the gates to the Russian troops, and they didn't exist. With the paratroopers dropping in, thought they would meet Allied forces on the ground, which didn't exist. So that would explain a lot of the failures in Russia. So I just want to have a look. Are these rumours true? Did the FSB agents and officers create these false reports? Did they create these false... Did they take the money and run? Did they take the money and run and not set up the resistance groups? Did they take the money and run and not set up these resistance groups? I'm getting, damn, yes, they did. So, but we'll have a quick look and see what the cards say. Damn, yes. Actually, he had a, I don't need to tell you twice, girl, put on the end of that, so thank you, Meister. He's of his time. Okay, so tell me, did these agents take the money and run without setting up these groups? False reports and all, just tell me. This is them living the life of luxury on the money in this gilded cage that they have created for themselves. So even though it can mean independence and affluence, it also means you're sort of trapped by the money as well, that there's no way out. Page of Cups, yes. It's still to be revealed. Something's coming forward that's to be revealed, creating great anxiety and full illumination. So it is going to come out, the world, and then the Ace of Swords, which in this case does mean the powerful truth going, because it's combined with the sun. There's going to be full illumination of the truth. So, defeat in battle, wounded in battle. So this is the officers, because of their working together with the dark money and betrayal and sabotage on the field. So yes. And here's Zelensky popping up again. Reap what you sow. So yes, they did. They were living the gilded high life on this money, thinking there would be no consequences, but it has come out, leading to extreme anxiety, but also to extreme failure on the battlefield. And we will find out the truth going into the future in regards to the betrayal and sabotage, which has led to this defeat in battle as they laundered the money instead. Okay, now I'm going to swap decks. I'm going to have a look at the Donbas region. I'll use 2 decks for this. I'll use the Lightseer's Tarot, and then I'll use my intuition cards. I'm just being a bit vague today on things. I don't really want to nut right down, because it is such a changing environment there at the moment. There's just so much going on. Everything comes down to a solitary decision. A lot of it from the dead-eyed butcher of Syria. But tell me, please, just tell me, Donbas, how's it going to go in Donbas? Please tell me. Now, the Ukrainians in Mariupol, they're holed up in a steelworks building. I gather it's the last stand type situation going on. However, what is the way I'm being told is that they are literally sacrificing themselves to tie up the Russian troops so the Russian troops cannot go elsewhere. Awful way to put it, but yes. Now, I did, on a tangent this morning, as I was... So I got last night that Putin was pissed off, but this morning I was thinking about these soldiers in the steelworks, and I actually was honoured and privileged to have a soul crossing come to me in regards to that, and quite emotionally it was an unusual crossing in that I see a cavern, like a very large arena with straight walls that look like ice, but they're not cold. They're almost like a resin, so they're semi-opaque. You can see through them, but they're like looking through ice with a hard packed floor. That's the situation I see these soul crossings in when I do see them. And what I was very surprised was there was a soldier that was crossing, but when he arrived in this, usually they're alone. They're in the middle of this. The living are still on the outside. The living cannot see in, but the person crossing over can see out. But he was not alone in this arena. Usually they're alone. I've seen a dog being able to enter and then exit again, but I've never seen another soul in this situation. But this soldier came in. I actually did see his death. I saw him come into this arena, his life spirit, and he was surrounded by his mates, by his comrades, by his friends that had also passed. So he was embraced by them. His family, I don't know whether it was his family or not. I saw some elderly women on the outside, and other family members who were mourning his loss. But on the inside of this, I saw he was not alone. He was welcomed with open arms, and he was brought in with great love. So that was that. So it was quite beautiful, and I am honoured to have seen that this morning. So thank you for sharing that with me. But yes, I'll have a quick look at Donbas, and then we'll go, and then we'll send our light and love. So tell me about Donbas. Tell me about Donbas. Tell me about the region of Donbas. Tell me about Donbas. Sorry, I just have to center myself after that. It was very emotional. Tell me about Donbas. Tell me about Donbas. Whoops, had something flip over there for me. I'll just quickly run through these. This is a crossroads. The Donbas region, Mariupol, the other cities that are under attack, it is very much pivotal, very pivotal. The soldiers that are standing firm, they are there with faith and courage. It is a youth stepping forward in faith and courage for the strength of their, for the security and strength of their country. They know that they are united with the world. They know that they have the support of the world. They are accepting of their diversity, but they know that they have got this unity behind them, but they are also aware that it is a culmination of things, that it is an ending, but then we have this glorious celebration an emotional celebration. So I'm just wondering whether this goes back to the soul crossing that I had witnessed, that they are, because this person is joyfully and emotionally leaping off this cliff. So I'm just thinking I was still in the energies of that soul crossing, that they fully understand what they're doing, why they're doing it. Tell me about. And that they are accepting. That's what I'm being told. They have accepted and they have taken this as their mission, their life purpose. Oh, and here's Putin with his toxicity. Here's Putin with his toxicity, is his just everything evil. Reaching out. Okay. Tell me about Donbas. Tell me about Donbas. Tell me about Donbas. Tell me about Donbas. Okay. Beautiful. First cup out. Very much depends on what deck I'm using as to what these cards actually mean. This is my Lightseers Tarot. This is about them working together and creating magic. Creating magic. Coming together, creating magic. It is the young men. It is the young men who are dreaming enormous dreams for them that pigs might fly, for want of a better way to put it, of dreaming the possibilities, of dreaming what they can achieve. You'll notice down the bottom there's hands making a heart that are encompassing the symbol of unity and infinity. But yeah, very much it's all about the emotion in Donbas at the moment. Yeah, I knew this was going to come out. Base of the reading is the Tower moment. However, you will notice that the tower is being struck at the top. The butterflies are flying away. The squirrel, I think it's a squirrel, is just sitting there watching the destruction, fairly unperturbed. It is very much about breaking down the old to rebuild the new, but it is going to be short-term destruction. In the past, we have slow, steady progress. So this is the Ukrainian soldiers in the Donbas region holding the line, slow, steady, reliable, practical, working hard. Crowning the reading, Three of Pentacles, so this is working together for an outcome, building a solid foundation. Immediate future, Queen of Cups. She is emotionally balanced. She is calm, diplomatic, but she also has something to be revealed that hasn't been revealed yet. So I'm just wondering whether the plans for the Donbas region might not appear as they seem. But they're tying the soldiers up, but I'm also wondering if they're in other areas they're going to stretch the lines of the Russians by drawing them into areas and then cutting them off and making it extremely expensive and difficult. Russia cannot win this war, but nobody wins a war. But Russia cannot win. They might win the battle, but they will not win the war. The external influences is family. This is very much about, this is also a culmination, but this is why they're doing it. They're doing it for the families, the unity, the coming together, the intergenerational ability. The internal influences is its messages are coming at them very quickly. There is magic in this, but things are going to happen very quickly. But what I'm also getting is that there will be things, just be aware in the Donbas region that it's not going to be a walk in the park for Russia. Hopes and fears is the Ace of Pentacles, a powerful new beginning of dreaming big and working hard, and a new financial beginning is the hope. Planting these roots, okay. Potential outcome, Two of Pentacles. So it is a bit of a tightrope at the moment. They are juggling at the moment. There are decisions that will have to be made. In most decks, this is usually two ships out to sea on stormy waters, and the decision needs to be made as to what ship they're going to bring in. So there is going to be quite a bit of juggling, and also sort of watch this, but this one will be doing something in the background. So it is a bit of a tightrope they're walking. They have a plan. They are working together. Knight of Swords, there is a very fast truth that's going to emerge, but this is also the warriors as well, he's racing for his motorbike, armed with his bow and arrow, with his companion overhead. Harsh truth, but also things will happen very quickly. Combining with this, things will happen very quickly, and they do have a plan. Reap what you sow. So they are nurturing. There is something here that's been nurturing. Oh, okay, and I do like that as the last card. So what I'm very much getting here is the Donbas region's not an open and shut case. That there are options for the Ukrainians. They do have some juggling to do. There are plans that are going to come forward extremely quickly, options that are going to come forward extremely quickly, that are going to be nurtured and brought to fruition. And then we have this Nine of Cups, which is this miraculous wish fulfillment. So that's interesting. Base of the pack, the Moon. So there are things beneath the surface that need to be revealed. The Magician, which is manifesting possibilities. The King of Swords. Okay, like him. And then we have Strength. And there is something happening from a different point of view. We also have this Anxiety card. Actually, these were the cards that came out for Putin. The Anxiety card and the Disappointment. So some things will work and some things won't work. But there is this hidden agenda of an inevitability, of a call to arms and a collective awakening. So I don't write the Donbas region off. There are things that are happening that we are not aware of, that the Russians are not aware of, but the Ukrainians have a plan. Now, I was going to use my intuitive cards, but we're up to nearly 40 minutes already, and I think that covered fairly well. The Donbas will have we'll keep an eye on that region. Mariupol's still quite upsetting, but please take heart that these soldiers, they have been given the opportunity to down arms and leave, and they have chosen not to. They know what they are doing, they know why they are doing it, and in their hearts they are prepared to do what they feel that they need to do. Okay, thank you for joining me today, and take care, stay safe. Send your love, send your light to those in the Donbas region and elsewhere in Ukraine. To those that have fled over the borders into countries such as Poland, send your light and love to them. And take care and look after yourselves. Bye-bye.